McLaughlin. So here's my video applying the PPC to the news article. So I found this news article on CNN about how rescuers in India pulled out 90 bodies after landslides in a small Maharashtrian village near Mumbai. As you can see, it says it right here. So they've recovered 90 bodies, dead bodies, and it hit on Wednesday following a heavy monsoon rains, as you can see in the article. And 65 people still remain missing. So I realized that in India, the climate is very suitable for crops to be grown in small villages, as their occupations are very limited. So this is normally what they do in their biggest job, I guess, as you could say. They also breed cattle and help them produce milk for the rest of India, which they trade off with big businessmen to, give to the rest of the people. They also do the same with crops, so this is their major occupation. So I thought I could use this in my PPC graph and say how this, the climate aids in this, and how it gives the villagers job opportunities, and it helps in the crop production of the whole of India and for their village itself. So this is what I've done my PPC graph on. So I guess we could get started then. So as you can see in the diagram that I've made, on the y-axis it's the job opportunities and the workforce. So normally in an Indian village, the people normally work together in order to create the crops and grow the crops and sell them. So it's normally all of the workers together, and mainly the males doing the work for the cropping, but the females planting the crops. So I guess that gives everybody a job and everybody a role, so they all get a payload when they trade it off. But so as you can see in the diagram, before the landslide, the crop production was high, and so was the workforce, because there was lots of people to do the work. And this is the black line here, as you can see, is the before the landslide. It was extremely high compared to when it was after the landslide, where the workforce went down, and so did the crop production, as you can see in this red line here. After the landslide, lots of homes were destroyed and people were killed, and as a result of this, the workforce went down because lots of people died in this accident, this tragic accident, and due to that, the rest of the workers, I guess, needed to carry on with the work by themselves, but because of that, the workforce obviously went down, and therefore they couldn't plant enough crops, and I guess this created the crop production to go down as well. Also, I understood that there was many other factors affecting this, I guess, this project or research, as I realized that most of these villagers needed to rebuild their homes because they got broken down, and I guess they needed to rebuild it and clear up the debris, and they needed to clear up the crop production because all of the crops were completely destroyed for that year. So this really put a setback on their, I guess, pay grade and their money load and their job itself, so they have nothing to do. But thankfully, like, the Indian rescuers are helping them clear the debris to make this a faster process. But because of this, it'll cause the workers and all of them to take a long time to replant the crops, and to make lots of space for the crop production to start again, and for their jobs to start again as well. As a result of all these factors, the crop production would go down immensely, and so would the jobs. And I realized this, and it's quite sad, obviously, but it helps in my economics project. But yeah, so that's my news article and applying it to the PPC. This article relates to our learning because it uses what we've learned quite a lot in economics so far about the FOP and the PPC graph, because there's many other factors that help this project, I guess, because it's also talks about where it all starts. So I guess the weather in India is good for crop production, and because of this, it's a suitable and reliable production to use, and it's easy to trade off because obviously the whole of India needs it. And I guess this really helps the villagers, and it also helps India as a whole because you're trading it to other countries as well. But you have, first of all, India has good roads, so with these good roads, you can send them to ports where they can ship them off to other countries, and you can do this same, and you can send it locally and public and privately both, so international and in India itself. So I guess this helps a lot. And opportunity cost because it's making one choice over another. So I guess after the landslide, they're choosing to start their work again, or they're choosing to not, and this either gives them a job or it doesn't, and it's either helping them in one way or not helping them in one way and taking away an opportunity that they could have had. So I guess this is the end of my article. Thank you.